Hello, this is Dr. Melody Harris Barrow, and we have a special guest here with us, Derica Rawlings. Actually, she is the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce Young Professional International Ambassador, and we're so happy to have you with us today. You have a great program coming up tomorrow. It's for 2 days, and we want you to talk about it on this show. This is Love, Truth, and Peace from Miami and live. Welcome, Derica Rawlings. How are you, dear?
I am good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Now, you have a program tomorrow. I want us to talk about it. You are a young professional, you're an entrepreneur, and I'm just happy to have you as my mentee, and I'm happy to have you part of our 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce. And I would love for you to talk about your conference that's coming up tomorrow. I want you to talk about the location. Actually, Tarika is from Indiana. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That is good. So now let's talk about your program tomorrow. It's for 2 days. So it's going to be on the 19th and also on the 20th. So let's talk about it. Go right into it.
Tomorrow's conference is called Repairing the Breach. It's a virtual conference due to the pandemic that we're currently experiencing worldwide. I didn't want to slow things down, and so I thought the best way to still be able to connect would be virtually, as most people are doing.
Yes.
But the reason for the conference and even the background behind what it even means to repair the breach. In 1991, the city of Gary established a sister city agreement with Lagos, Nigeria. But once that administration left, that relationship kind of went down. There was no activity as far as what was agreed upon within the sister city. And so being that it's a legacy for me. So my grandmother was the chief of staff during that time, and she pretty much put everything together. And so she raised me, and I was there in a lot of the meetings and the interactions that they had with the establishment agreement. And so it kind of like, I guess you can say it was like embedded in my heart and my brain. Um, and so I just took it on. And when I got older, I was more interested in what it meant to repair this breach of this relationship. And I worked for a company about 10 years ago, and I started to get into international relations. And I am a certified global business professional. And so I decided to start my own company because I felt that in order to do things the right way without having to fight with other people, starting my own company, taking my own power, and controlling things on my own, not controlling in a negative way, but controlling things in a way where the the main key points and the standard is integrity and being sure that what I do is of servanthood and it's not about money. It's not about being face of things, but understanding that what I do is about servanthood and about bettering the people and for generations to come. So I have been working on this for the past 3 years. I started in 2015 volunteering for the city of Gary, and then I worked in the city of Gary's planning and redevelopment department.
Yes.
And once I left there, I started my business and I've been developing this project, building relationships internationally to get this going.
Yes.
And most recently, I connected with all of the key people that I needed to in Nigeria to get this thing going, and everybody is on board. And all it took was for me to make a phone call to say, "Hey, would you like to be a part of this conference?" And it just happened. And Dr. Barrow, who has been my mentor for over a year now, um, was has been so gracious in helping me develop these relationships and making all of the connections with me and teaching me the ins and outs of everything
That's right.
and to just finally be able to use all of the wisdom that I've gained from Dr. Barrow, from my grandmother, a couple of other mentors that I have, being able to take this as a millennial, as a Black millennial woman and understanding that what I do today benefits generations to come. It benefits my daughter's generation,
Yeah.
her daughters, and further so and so on. And so, what repair aside from repairing the relationship with the sister city, it's a little deeper for me. Um, as most of us know, there has been a breach amongst the diaspora. There has been a breach amongst those who look like us. We've been taught that we can't trust, been taught that those that don't look like us, which Dr. Barrow likes to call the colonizers, um, we've been taught that their way is the only way. And when you think about how the world moves and the trading, a lot of the resources that are being traded comes directly from Africa. And everybody else is benefiting except for those of the African descent,
That's
including those in the continent of Africa right now.
yes, yes,
So,
yes.
their land is being stolen from. We're told that we've been taught for the longest time that Africa was poor, that Nigerians can't be trusted, all of these different things. Um, and then when you find out the truth, you're like, I've been lied to my entire life, and yet and still, we're still going along with what they've taught us. And so for me, repairing the breach is literally repairing the breach of
Mhm.
those of the diaspora,
Yes.
availing an opportunity for us to trade with one another as Black businesses here in America and across the world, and businesses in Africa, being able to trade our resources, our minds, our cultures, and redevelop ourselves as individuals. There's nothing like knowing who you really are and actually walking in that. There is so much power in knowing your true identity. And so repairing the breach for me, and God gave this to me about 5 years ago, but I didn't quite put everything together. It started to come pieces together over the past 5 years.
Mhm.
That comes from Isaiah 58 and 12. And it actually says that you will be the restorer of the breach, repairer of the streets. And so being that it's scriptural, and I am a woman of God. I believe in God. I believe in prayer, and I believe in hearing God's voice and hearing His instruction and being obedient to what He instructs us to do. Everybody has a purpose, and when you're in tune with God, you are able to hear Him clearly, even if it's not an audible voice. You hear Him. You can be guided by Him in fulfilling your purpose. And so that's what I'm doing. This is a purpose for me. This is a calling for me, um, from God. And
Yes,
so
yes,
I I am truly blessed to be in this
yes,
position to be able to be a part of repairing the breach of those of the diaspora. Um, People from my hometown, Gary, Indiana, and Lagos, Nigeria. And it only starts with Lagos. I plan to continue on with different countries every year. So this is just the first one with Lagos, because the agreement was already established. And I plan to move forward in doing more and working with more countries as the years go on.
wonderful, wonderful. Now, I want you to go into details about the conference, who's going to be speaking at your conference. I just want you to go in details. What is the purpose of the conference? Go ahead.
Okay, so Dr. Barrow was actually my keynote speaker. She'll be speaking on both days. You'll get some history lessons from her. You'll get some trade information from her. And then we have an exchange program that's going to be presenting. And we're going to be working together in the future to have exchange students who are interested in business and trading and importing, exporting. Um,
Okay.
You'll also have a few more people that'll be speaking on culture and history. You have a couple of businesses here from Gary. One is a young man who started a cologne line, and we actually went to school together. His name is Darrell. One of my very, very close friends, Gretchen Sip, she pretty much does everything, and you'll get to hear more about that during the conference. But her main focus, she's a marketing genius. She absolutely, and anybody that you've seen in the city of Gary who has some graphics done or anything like that, 9 times out of 10, she did it.
I might
Um,
need her. I might need her. So after the show, we'll talk. Keep going.
yes, yes. You'll have a few people that are from Gary that don't live here anymore who will be speaking. Um, his one of them is a reggae band leader by the name of Alex Kofi Washington. He leads the band Ja Kings. He's been in the industry for, I believe, 30 years. Most of my life. I'm 32, so yeah, about 30 years. Um, and then you have some. I think my favorite part of the conference is going to be the original film, dance, and fashion that you're going to get from a fashion designer and an entertainment company out of Nigeria. I
Wonderful.
told them I didn't even want to see it before it's done. I want to be surprised like everybody else.
That is awesome.
But I am absolutely excited about that. That's probably, like I said, that's going to be my favorite part. And
Right.
that's on the last day. I'm saving that for the last day intentionally.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your tickets, you really need to get them, um, because
How
that's
do
going to
we get
be
the
the
tickets,
highlight.
Erika?
I'm sorry.
How do we get the tickets? How do we
So
purchase the tickets? Yes.
I'll put the link down in the comments. You can go to Eventbrite, and I'll be sure to put the link so you can go directly to it. But it's on Eventbrite, and you can purchase the tickets.
Very good. Very good.
And general admission is one day, so that'll be the first day, and VIP tickets are both days. So you can
How much is
choose.
how much is the ticket?
General admission is $25, and that's for the first day.
All right.
For both days, it's $40 for Friday, for Thursday and Friday.
Very good. Okay. All right. And what time does it start?
It starts at 1 p.m. Central Time,
Mhm.
and it ends at 4 on both days.
Okay, very, very good. I want us to talk about something that's very important. You kind of mentioned it. I think this is time enough now that I love what you're doing, and I encourage you all the time and praise the things that you're doing because there are very few young people that are doing what you're doing. And I want to encourage other young people to do the same and more. The fact that you're from the United States, you're from Gary, Indiana, and you're reaching out to the young people from Nigeria. Actually, Stephen is going to be in the program also. He's from Nigeria, powerful, powerful young man,
Yes, ma'am.
and he's doing great things. He's also my mentee. I have a wide group of young people from all over the world that I'm mentoring. As busy as I am, when they call me, I answer. I give them what they need. And
Yes,
us adults, we need to do that. We can't be too busy for our children because the matter of fact is that we need to put aside some time for our youth today. This is something that we're not doing enough of. And as I'm busy, like I said, as I am, I take the time out to nurture them, to encourage them, to empower them. And I think that's the thing that we need to do. Other things also that I want to mention is the fact that Derica saw something that had to be done. Her grandmother started something. It needed to go further, and this is what she's doing. And I think this is amazing for a young woman to decide, I want to connect Nigeria back with Ghana, something that her grandmother started, and she's now leaving and carrying that legacy that her grandmother started. I want to thank Grandma for encouraging her granddaughter to to follow her footsteps, actually, because Derica spent a lot of time. What was the title? Your grandmother worked for Gary, Indiana, but
she
what was
was the chief of staff to the mayor. She's actually speaking tomorrow.
okay?
She'll be kind of
Yeah,
leading the rest of the conference. So she's going to give some history and some background as to how this
awesome.
relationship got started and the work that she put in to do it. And
Yes.
so we'll get more detail about the
Mhm.
history of this
Mhm.
agreement. And I
Exactly.
think
That's
that that's going to
wonderful.
be an amazing presentation from her, not
Yes.
just because she's my grandmother, but because she's the originator. of,
Good.
but because she's the originator of this entire thing.
The whole thing. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's very, very good. Something else I want to mention is that those young people that are sitting there saying, I want something to do, I don't know what to do, I have an idea of doing something, give us a call. We can help you. We just started the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce. We're going to be launching very soon. And I'm very excited about it. Derica, she's part of this Chamber of Commerce, young professionals, and I'm so proud of you. I want young people, even from Africa, if you're listening to me, this is what I have to say. We need all to connect. You need to connect with people of Latin America, the Caribbean, North America, all over the world. This is how we are going to make it. This is how we're going to progress. We need to talk about economic development. We need to talk about trade. We need to talk about all these things, the connectivity, culture, all of what is needed in our community. So I do advise that what Derica is doing, what she's doing, she's also she's also can mentor you in what she's doing, or you can join her. You can join her because this is what, am I right, Derica?
Yes.
You can join everything I'm teaching Derica. Derica's teaching others and what she knows and what her grandmother's teaching her. So she have a lot inside of her. And now this is your first conference that you're doing on your own. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Oh
it is.
my God, this is so nice. I've been there. I visited Indiana. She took me to see the mayor. I met the mayor, and there are loose ends, but we need to tie those ends again and get connected with Africa. That is important, Mayor. We have to connect. We're starting the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce. We need to connect once again. I know the COVID came and COVID's still here, but we can still communicate and get things done. Derica, in spite of all the coronavirus, this is what she's doing. She made it a point to get this done. And I know other young people are sitting there saying, you know what, maybe I should do that. Get up. This is the time to get up and do something with your life. And if you can't do it on your own, we are here to assist you. I have young ambassadors all over the world, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Jamaica, all over. And I spend time, don't I spend time with you guys, Derica? I
Yes.
spend time with you guys.
All times of the night, the group chat is like going.
Derica called me
And
Dr. Carol. Okay, I need to talk to you. This second half sleep. I'm going, go ahead.
yeah.
The result. This is what I want to see out of my mentees. I want you guys to work. I want you guys to connect community. I want you guys to develop your community. She's not waiting. She's not waiting for anyone in Indiana. She took it upon herself to say, I have to do this. And now she's bringing me, I'm from Panama. She's bringing someone from Nigeria. She's bringing all of us together. So I thank you. Tell us again what time. Give us the link. We're going to put the link here. And how can they contact you? Can they call you or can they email you? Please provide that information right now, please.
So the Repairing the Breach virtual conference is November 19th and 20th at 1 p.m. Central Time to 4 p.m. Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's virtually, so you'll be able to stay home and safe, social distance.
Yeah.
Anywhere around the world, you have access.
Yeah.
I'll put the link into the comments where you can purchase your ticket. And you can email me at exchangeworldclass@gmail.com.
Very good. Very
I'll
good.
also put my email address with the link as well.
Exactly. And the tickets are 25 for one person, right?
But the tickets are
for
25
one day. Go
for
ahead.
one day, and for both days it's $40.
$40. Very good. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I am going to continue to promote my young people. I am going to continue to work with them because they're not just the future, they're the now to change the future. You see, So that's what we have to think about. I want to thank you, God, everyone. I want to thank God for allowing me to give me the strength, giving me the strength to work with my mentees. And I want to thank you, Derica, for trusting in me. I love you. And anytime you want to be on this show, all you have to do is knock the door. And other young people that are out there, that you're doing great things, knock this door. I can get you on this show in order to promote what you are doing to empower your community. Thank you very much. This is Dr. Melody Harris Barrow here with Love, Truth, and Peace from Miami. I love you, baby. There's some
Love
comments
you
here.
too.
Let me put it on. Good luck, and you are doing something amazing. I'll support and tune in tomorrow. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.